Few lads begin their working life without visions of the future. And when that future lies in Scotland's fisheries, their thoughts naturally take them to the sea. A hard life to look forward to, but with hardy men to live it. Drifting through life may be necessary with some fisher folk, but drifting is their work and herring their catch. And what of his future boat? Maybe one of those fine motor vessels, as sturdy as the fishers who man them. Hundreds of them now fish off the coast, sealing for whitefish, a method of comparatively recent but successful growth in Scottish waters. With one end of the seine net on the buoy, the vessel has circled with the other, and when both are brought together, the net is hauled in. It's a grand sight for these folk when the fish are released in such a moving cascade. No rod and line amateur can be more pleased with his catch than these sea fishers are with a good haul and a full hold with which to return to harbour. Fishing harbours are as numerous as this great industry demands, and with vessels crowding the quayside, gunwale to gunwale, a good herring catch is unloaded with almost feverish haste. The sales are good, and the markets demand what they have bought quickly. Thousands of boxes, appearing as if by magic, indicate the amount sold for Britain's markets. To the onlooker, the fishing harbours present an almost bewildering organization. Everything is done so swiftly, yet with such little fuss. The fishing boats arrive, the fish is sold, packed, and dispatched with amazing speed. Fresh herring for export are barreled, for Scotland sends the bulk of its herring abroad. Over 500,000 barrels a year are required, and Scotland makes them. The coopers swell the barrels in water, and then put them over a fire for shrinkage, while they put the hoops on. It's very highly skilled work, but so is everything connected with this great fishing industry. Now you know what 1,000 barrels looks like. They're full of salted herring, bound for Finland. Fresh herring, of course, are sent only to the nearer European countries, the distant ones taking the salted. Practically all Europe receives supplies from Scottish fisheries, a tribute to its importance. A herring's a herring while it's at sea, but after it's landed it can take on a new guise. Once it is split and cleaned, the herring is well on its way to becoming a kipper. And once the smoking's over, well, it really is a kipper, and a real kipper, too. The latest development is the boneless kipper, but that's a filleting operation and not a natural phenomenon. For men must work, and women must work also. And round Scotland's rugged coastline, you'll find the womenfolk helping their men in their struggle to wrest what they can from the deep. They're baiting with mussels for line fishing, essentially an inshore method for the individual groups. Typical coastline of the West, with almost every inlet housing its crofter fishers. Hardy, earnest folk who in their persistent courage symbolize Scottish fisheries. See the lobster entering the creel? It's quite a unique picture. That man in the boat is waiting for the salmon to leap. One end of his net is already ashore. He spots his quarry and pulls swiftly in a circle. Hard work, but the catch should be worth it all. Well, you all know what Scotch salmon is. The whole world knows it. As a contrast, see the varied catch of a trawler, from skate to, well, every type of whitefish. We're in Aberdeen, where 70% of fish trawled from Scottish waters is landed. Laid out with military precision, they're quite imposing, except to the salesman, to whom it's just another fine catch to be sold. Dispatching is not the end of activities in Aberdeen's harbour. Trawlers have to be refurnished for the next trip to sea, and they edge slowly to the opposite quay to coal and ice. Some 50 trips a year are made by each trawler, an average of 5 days each. With the time ashore spent in refueling and overhauling gear, there's little to spare for relaxation. But then, fishing is an intensive life.